Here we're going to look at topic 36, example 2, factor x squared, that should actually be a 2, not an x squared plus bx plus c, when b is less than 0 and c is greater than 0. So what is the factored form of x squared minus 11x plus 18? We're still going to use our factor sum chart, so we're going to look for factors of 18 that have a sum of negative 11 in this case. So do be careful. We're looking for specifically a negative 11. All right, so we want factors that add up to negative 11. Now, if you multiply factors, let's say factors of 18, we'll list all of them. You have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So if I start adding these up, I'll notice that I only get positive numbers, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a negative 11. So it's going to have to happen, since those numbers don't work, I need to think of another way that I can get 18 by multiplication, because the sum is going to have to be a negative 11. And what I can do is, let's say we make the 1 negative. Well, negative 1 times 18, if we multiply these, that gets us negative 18, which is not what I'm looking for, right? I have a positive 18. So what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to make both factors negative. So negative 1 times negative 18 does give you a positive 18. Negative 2 times negative 9, negative 3 times negative 6. So moving forward, when you're doing these factoring problems, and you'll see the same thing when we get to example 3, you're going to have to be careful with your signs, because you have to make sure that they multiply to get the number you're looking for, but also add up to get the sum, obviously. But the signs can get a little bit tricky. So here we have negative times negative. If we add those up, we get negative 19, which does not work. Negative 2 plus negative 9 does give us negative 11, which is what we're looking for. So my factors would be negative 2 and negative 9. So the factored form of x squared minus 11x plus 18. In the previous problem, we had x plus something. This time it's going to be x minus 2 and x minus 9. Remember those negatives, that negative 2 and the negative 9 come from our factor sum chart. Now, if you swap the order, let's say you put x minus 9 times x minus 2, it's the same thing, so don't worry about what order they go in, but the signs are critical. You have to have the signs correct. And remember, you can multiply these back out to check to see that it works. So if I distribute, I get x squared minus 9x and negative 2x plus 18. If I combine my like terms, I get x squared minus 11x plus 18, which checks out. That was the original. So my factored form is correct. Early on, when you're getting used to this, I would highly recommend that you practice or you check your solutions by distributing everything out to make sure that everything matches up. As you get better, you can kind of stop checking the problems as frequently. All right. But again, be very careful with your signs. Make sure you find factors of C that have a sum of B in this case.